Welcome back, everyone. Another installment here of Low Hanging Wax. We got a dozen of these babies. We might as well start carving into them. So you can see what we got going on here today. A couple more rack packs from the Box O Junk. So without further ado, let's start ripping. And I do appreciate you hanging out. If I have been popping up, please consider subscribing. Help me out a little bit. So I could buy more junk and, I don't know, tell more jokes to more people, show more junk to more people. And this is fun, fun, fun. That's the whole reason why we're doing this. All right, little housekeeping, I guess. Spoiler alert: we pulled this in the last little rip. Again, guys, this is fun stuff. I'm not trying to light the world on fire. Okay, people don't believe me. I pulled a Billy Ripken. That's okay. That is okay. I'm having fun, and I'm sharing my fun with other people who like this kind of fun. So apparently, this is an error. It's supposed to be 1959. I was aware of it, and it was just fun to pull. Is it the best card? I'll let you decide. But right now, that's the top card. We also pulled this very fine house favorite player here, Doug Drabek, right next to his statuette. So we'll leave him there. Always looking for Doug Drabek. A little fun. It's been a little fun side thing since I was, probably 10 or 11. All right. So let me manhandle this thing off camera because it's a lot easier. Getting this thing here, unless you really want to see it here. Should I manhandle it here? Here we go. We're diving in, we're carving in. Hope we don't ruin any Kevin Moss prospect cards or any Chris Sabo cards. All right, the usual suspects. Oh, geez. The fun here, in my opinion, is pulling the guys that you like, not what's necessarily popular. And I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. All these newer guys, and hey, do things that make you happy, but it just seems like they're just rifling through stuff. Leads me to wonder, does anyone watch games anymore? I used to watch the games and actually see these guys in action. In fact, I was just commenting how I watched Mitch Williams a few days ago, 89, close out, I think, the division. But anyhow, saw some cool familiar faces. It's the fun. You get to see these things. I'm sorry about the camera. I'm still getting my bearings. We get to see these guys in action. All right, let's get ripping here. We got a sticker and a spoiler. Hope I didn't see what that was. All right, starting off, Danny Darwin, Wally Joyner, Jimmy Key, Gene Nelson, Jeff Parrott, Todd Stottlemyre. He was solid at times. Bill Landrum, Alan Anderson, get a look at the back there. Matt Kinzer and Wayne Edwards. Never heard of either of them. Rick Reed. Oh yeah, we're looking for the error on the. I select these things from eBay. From there's a couple shops in town. There's a few different spots here. I'm looking, this is fun. So I'm looking for these errors, just as a little fun, cheap thing. That's why I got a dozen of these things for $25 shipped. If it's not cheap, it's a waste of money. Willie McGee, I'll put him aside. Mike Boddicker, Steve Rosenberg, and we got something on the back here. I like these. Another Darryl Strawberry, which I already pulled one of, but we'll start him off. So far, nothing really stand-worthy except for me hitting the stand. I apologize. All right, section number 2. All right. Kelly Downs, Luis Rivera, Vance Law, Bill Spires. I have to make sure when I hit something, it's a believable reaction too. Now I have to jump up and down and say that's a Tesla, right? That's the whole. Jeff Manto, another house favorite. Excellent, excellent. He was a great Buffalo Bison after this, actually, and I used to see him all the time. Jeff Manto will put him on a stand here. Roy Smith, Jeff Pico, Chet Lemon. Just watched him recently. A lot of these guys, their stats don't really tell the story. I mean, they come up in big moments, and they don't show that on the stat line. Gary Templeton, John Wetland, oh boy, Jamie Moyer, Hubie Brooks, Bob Boone, Pat Clements. This is a weak pack so far. Steve Sachs, and the sticker. I did that last time. Alrighty. Third section of the first rack. And I do appreciate anyone watching this and checking it out. It's nice, laid back fun. You know, this isn't, we're not lighting the world on fire with 1990 flair here. We're just strolling down memory lane with Kelly Downs. Luis Rivera again. There's two of him in this. Terrible collation. Van Slaw. Bill Spires. Robin Yount. Thank you, Robin. Gee whiz. Bob McClure. Gary Wayne. Joe Girardi. Guillermo Hernandez. Oops. Dennis Rasmussen. These might go directly to the garbage. Tom Drees and Dan Howitt prospects. Never heard of it. Alejandro Pena. I've heard of him, but Fred Manrique. Never heard of him. Kevin Gross. His license says Gross Kevin. Jim Eisenreich. Wow, this is devoid of any stars. Mark Davis. Come on, big, strong finish here. Jesse Barfield. He had his moments. I'm not putting him on a stand. Alex Trevino. And Johnny Ray. Holy Moises Alou, that was terrible. All right, let's see. Well, let's try the next one. Let's see. That's why we buy them cheap. These were, what, $1.12 a pop. I'm manhandling this off camera. It's just easier. All righty, let's see what we get. Try and line this up as well so we don't get spoilers. We wouldn't want to have a spoiler alert on 1990 Fleer rack packs. All right. Trying to have some fun here. Got coffee to my right. Always helps things run a little smoother. All right, we got Don Powell. I don't remember him either. Jeff Reed. Looking for him in 92 score. Wallace Johnson. Jeffrey Leonard. Holy. Jose Uribe. Now, there is an error. I feel like everyone's saying that. I think they just got this guy's birthday wrong. I don't know if that's really an error. What is it saying here? Yeah, this one says 1960 as well. So because they got his birthday information wrong, these are all error cards. Well, we'll put it up. It's hilarious. There's videos going online from the recent years. People think this was like a big hit, like thousands of dollars. And then they learned about how money laundering works, I hope. Or they're going to be waiting a long time to sell that thing. All right, Kent Merker. Eddie Murray. Thank you, Eddie. Larry, 3 sheets to the wind. Bell Duran. Sorry about the centering here. Jody Davis. Ken Patterson. Roberto Kelly. I'll put him aside here. Dwayne Murphy. Kevin Brown. John Smoltz. A third year. We'll put Smoltz up in the pitching section, but Draybeck. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is a cool one. Wade Boggs and Mike Greenwell. Always like getting that one. We'll put him over here. Another Darryl Strawberry League standouts. Man, oh man. And I don't know if I carved into the next section here, but apparently I got a Barry Larkin. Boy, oh boy. I swear I separated those sections. All right, section number 2. One of them is missing something. All right, section number 2. We're going to get these 2 packs done and get the heck out of here. All right, I'm kidding, of course. Lance Blankenship. This is great fun. Len Dykstra. I was a fan of him. We'll cover Manto. Lloyd Mosby, Billy Hatcher, Wally Backman, checklist. Sid Bream, he had his moments. Henry Cotto, Vince Coleman. Not sure if we'll need the auxiliary stands tonight. I don't know. Rick Cerrone, Matt Marullo, Joe Oliver, Tom Foley, Harold Reynolds. Sorry again, I'm slipping here, guys. Kevin Mitchell. I like Kevin Mitchell. There's a spot for Kevin Mitchell. We'll prop him. I'd say a $14,000 Jose Uribe card. What do we get here? What's going on? I got 3 stickers in one section here. That's why it's junk. That is why it's junk. And then this starts up, gives us another sticker. All right, last section of the second rack. Let's see if we can get something good. And we will rifle through these and look for the yellow Fleer, because if I missed it, I'm sure there's people out there screaming, or they clicked off. What do you do when you missed it? Fred Lynn, Fernando Valenzuela. Put him in the pitchers section. Brady Anderson, even though there's Barry Larkin there. Jim Deshaies, Carney Lansford, Tommy Green, Deion Sanders. Nice. This is a cool one. I will cover Len Dykstra. You know what? No. We'll get the Ox stand. Do this. Sorry, excuse my reach. Terry Mulholland, Julio Franco. Put him in my side stash. Derek Lilliquist. Pulled this one the other day. Always cool with Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell. We'll just prop him here. Scott Terry. Scott Bales. David Cohn. Jeff Ballard. We should do a big unveil. We got a sticker. We get a Don Mattingly. Amon Dattingly. And a Donnie baseball. We'll just cover up, we'll just do that. We'll do what we want here. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for checking this one out. We'll keep carving through these rack packs if it kills us. And I almost forgot. The whole point here, I'm actually trying to chase this Dave Martinez error with the yellow 90 instead of the red. And there are other cards I hear that might have the 90. There's other errors. Please let me know if you, I can't recall them at the moment, off the top of my head. But please put in the comments if you do know any, because I'm always looking to learn more about these. So what we'll do here is we don't see any yellow. No yellow. We'll just do a quick rifle through. I forgot to do that. So we'll just kind of rifle. We'll go half at a time here. And we're looking for some yellow. And if there are any other errors that you are aware of, please, like I said, put it in the comments. I know there's lots of info online, but sometimes you never know. You hear something cool. It's just an oddball. And if it's cheap to search it, like $25 for 12 rack packs, then it's fun for all of us to go through and look at some of these players and have a little bit of fun, especially if you're 46 like me. All right, nothing there. And we'll just do, just doing our due diligence here. See if we see any yellow. Also going to try the 91 tops for that Mark Whitten. And there's actually a Doug Drabek error card in that with the, instead of black border, it's got a white border, a white piping. And they actually go for about 100 to 150 bucks raw. But I just want it for this stash. And like I said, it's not about the kill. It's the thrill of the chase. It's the journey. All right. Now we're done. See you next time. Thanks, guys.